we've got the food packet individual assault. This thing was produced before the meal combat individual, or C ration, of the Vietnam War era. This thing was first produced in 1948 and production ceased in 1956. And in 1959, the meal combat individual was first produced. And check it out, right? This food packet assault is about 2/3, or maybe 3/4 at the very most, the size of this MCI. And it weighs literally about half as much. There's not a whole lot to this thing. It consisted of between 900 to 1200 calories. It wasn't supposed to be used for any longer than 3 days. It was really upon initial amphibious or airborne assaults, and after that, field kitchens and whatnot were set up when an area was cleared. But in the meantime, this kept a guy from starving in the middle of an initial assault. So what's inside this thing is, you've got an accessory packet. This thing's pretty extensive, really. You got cigarettes, matches, toilet paper, candy, chewing gum, coffee, sugar, can opener, water purification tablets, and a spoon. And you also got a B unit, which was just crackers and a cookie. And this thing was produced June 1951. And this part here, this one is in pretty bad shape. As you can see, the food is dried out. And menu 8, I believe, was canned cheese with bacon. So that's what this used to be. And you can see it's it's seen better days. And a lot of that old food, you know, over the years it bursts. There are very few of these left. Most of them were actually used up, you know, eaten, because the production of the meal combat individual was first in place in 1959. These things, the production ended in 1956. So for about 3 years there, they were using these and the ration combat individual, the first 24-hour ration issued to U.S. soldiers, units up. Like I'd mentioned, it wasn't supposed to be used for any longer than about 3 days, because you can see here, it's not like a full ration. It's almost just like a food supplement. It's, you know, the absolute bare minimum. Check out that B unit. It has that key on the bottom. Classic Spam can style key. So let's get this thing out onto a tray and then check it out. Nice. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up that accessory packet first. Alright, let's slit it from the back. Got sugar. Soluble coffee, which seems to have hardened. Here's your P38 can opener. Check that out. That's pretty cool. There are your instructions for sterilizing it. Matches. Toilet paper. Another packet of sugar. A baggie to store your unused contents in case it gets wet out, you know, in case it rains. Ah, nice. Some gum. Beachies. Very nice. Oh wow. Look at that jelly bar. Classic. Looks to be in really good condition. It smells kind of nice too. You know, actually this thing smells like an old library. That's exactly what it smells like. Another coffee. This one feels like it might be good. It hardened up. And Camels. Very nice. Water purification tablets. Check out that bottle. Alright, so it's chlorine. And your spoon. Check out that nice clear spoon. It's in good shape. I've seen these spoons and the cellophane they're wrapped in before, and usually it's all brittle. So this thing's in pretty good shape, the accessory packet. Okay, now that we've got that laid out, we can check out that B unit. Thing was packed by Carr Consolidated Biscuit Company, Chicago, Illinois. Cool. Let's lift up that key. Then you lift up the tab. A little bit of a hiss. Smells good so far. Cookie smells a little stale. Looks to be like a chocolate chip cookie. That's pretty nice. Set that down here. See what the crackers are looking like. See how many you get. I've read that you only got 2 crackers. I'm thinking it might be 4. Let's see. Yeah, it's 4 crackers. Interesting. They actually smell okay. Looks like it's got a couple bits of chocolate chip on it, but yeah, you get 4 crackers. Alright, let's try out that cookie first. Look at that bad boy. I don't know what this thing is here, that weird little mark, but we'll try it out anyway. Oh my gosh. That chocolate chip cookie's perfect. Alright, here. Panning it over. This is the oldest chocolate chip cookie ever eaten. Hold on one sec. Okay. Check this out, right? Oldest chocolate chip cookie ever eaten. I mean, this entire thing is just... I mean, it smells a little stale, but it's really not bad. It tastes perfectly fine. You know, I don't even taste any staleness. It perfectly preserved. It's almost 65 years old. I mean, it would have been 65 in June. Yeah, not bad. The chocolate actually tastes of decent quality. Has a nice crisp to it too. Oh my gosh. It's older than my parents. And this thing was made in 1951 during the Korean War. And this chocolate chip cookie was perfectly good. That's absolutely incredible. You gotta love when that happens. Can't imagine. Man, actually, that was really good. I wish I had another one of those. Jeez. Let's follow it up with a cracker. I am pretty confident that these will be fine. I'm surprised it didn't go rancid. It almost has a slight shortening flavor, like a little buttery. That's decent. I mean, they're salty. They taste better than modern MRE crackers. Go figure. A 65-year-old cracker tastes better than a brand new one, but it really does. I can imagine a chocolate chip cookie being a decent morale boost in the middle of combat. Definitely probably made for some good trade for a pack of cigarettes. That's incredible. Some of this old canned food held up very well. If there was nothing that was moist and acidic in the can, it would store indefinitely. Let's check out this jelly bar. It smells like a library. It really does. Let me see if I can get you a close-up. Mason AU and Magenheimer Confectionery, or CONF, I'm not sure, Manufacturing Company Incorporated, Mineola, New York, USA. There's the ingredients. Not bad. US certified colors. Pretty sure that red dye is no longer in production. I don't want to rip this packaging too badly here, if possible. Sometimes these jelly bars are a real hit or miss. Let's see how these turned out. Yeah, they really do smell weird. Alright, let's try out orange first. Oh yeah. Alright. Has a little bit of softness. Oh yeah. Can bite right in. Oh wow. I can imagine that's exactly what it tasted like when it was first produced. It has a nice orange flavor. Wow, I'm gonna eat the other part of this. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's try out the lime. Well, I'll be. That's actually really good. This one held up. You know, I've had jelly bars that were 20 years newer than this 65-year-old jelly bar, and it didn't hold up as well. This was stored in pretty decent conditions. That artificial lime really isn't bad. I'm gonna eat this entire thing. Well, unless either one of these turns out to be weird. Alright, let's try out the lemon, I presume. That's what this is. Oh, you know, oh, that one was weird. Jeez. Can't turn back now. Alright. With that being said, don't want to waste a perfectly good 65-year-old jelly bar. Yeah. Well, I can definitely tell you it could be worse. Alright. Last but not least, got the red. This is the one that probably has the cancer-causing food coloring. Cherry. You know, oh, that's the best one. Nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a really nice cherry flavor. I've never had anything quite that good with an artificial cherry. Wow. Nice. Wow. Alright, so, like, let's check out this weird old thing. I mean, it's rusted. There are holes on the sides, and you can see that. Like, check it out, right? Let's just get it. I'm going to open it from the top. The bottom's in better shape than the top, so I'll actually open it from up here. Wow, that's going through like butter. I mean, that metal really was breaking down. It was getting paper thin. And, see, the thing is, with some of these old cans, your best bet is opening it from the bottom, maybe drilling a hole, emptying out the contents. You can preserve the can. And then, you know, you can actually check out the interesting degrading contents. You know, you're actually restoring the can so this doesn't happen. Because this can's kind of, it's actually very difficult at that spot. And it's so paper thin, I'm having to be very delicate. I don't want to squeeze it too hard. I might get, you know, it might brittle. So, because it already pretty much is. Oh, gosh, what was this? I wish I knew. Okay, sorry, I'm not eating that fossil, but yeah, look at that. Whoa. What was that, I wonder? I mean, it's just like dirt now. Look at the inside of the can. That's pretty neat. Pretty gnarly, really. Look at that thing. Oh, gosh, look at that. Alright, so this thing's kaput. This coffee, I'm a little skeptical. Like, we'll see here. I really want to try it out if it's drinkable. Let's try it out. Got about 8 ounces of water here. It's still pretty hot. It's not lukewarm yet. Let's see how this is looking. Oh, yeah, well, there's like dry mold. Trust me, that's no good. Kind of a shame. See, like, whatever that is. I mean, it turned into a weird kind of gray fossil. Look at that. I'm not drinking that. Sorry, but that's no good. And the other one's in worse shape. And I suppose that leaves us with the pack of camels. And then after that, we're going to be following up with some bee cheese. But, yeah, look at the bottom real quick. Check out the bottom of the chlorine tabs. Just a little bit of wear on the top of the bottle, but things in near perfect shape. Yeah, the coffee's a no-go. I'm not going to open up this other one because it's in just as bad, if not worse, see, condition as the other one. So anyway, let's check out these cigarettes. Really curious to see how they held up and to see if they're, you know, any better than those Chesterfields from the same exact era. Maybe these are about 3 months newer than those. That's about it. You know, the thing about old cigarettes, they age over time. This is something that money can't even really buy. You can't find aged for 60-something odd years cigarettes anywhere. And if you did, it's going to cost you some money. It says on the top, check this out, right? To open, push other end. So let's do that. There you go. You just push it like that. Flap will come up. There you go. Those look pretty good. They smell nice, so let's see how these held up. See if they're any better than those Chesterfields. There's a sweet smell to it. It really smells like some high quality tobacco. And on a dry pull, Yeah, it's just sweet. This is going to be a great cigarette. Oh yeah. Oh wow. I don't know how it's possible, but that's even smoother. That's to be the smoothest cigarette I've ever had. Nothing like a good aged smoke. Aged 65 years. This seems to be the lucky number. I don't know how, but it even kind of has a slight honey undertone. This is sweet, full flavored. Smoothest cigarette I've ever had. I think this is the best cigarette I've ever had. This beats the Chesterfield, if that's even possible. I don't know what it is about that old tobacco. And I believe they actually put more Turkish tobacco in these old Camels. Turkish and domestic blend. Nowadays, ooh, wow, yeah, that's a strong one. Already getting a nice little buzz off this. The only time I allow myself to have a smoke nowadays is if it's at least 45 years old. It's got to come out of a C ration, MCI, or one of these food packet assaults, or an RCI, or something similar. It has to come out of a ration. Now, if you didn't already know, these were taken out of military rations in 1972. So if you pick up some MCIs that were 73s or up until 1980, which was the last year, you're not going to have cigarettes in them. But pre-72 or from before, yeah, you're going to have smokes. Don't be afraid to try it out. You know, it's well worth it. A pack like this is going to cost you at least $30. This ration, if you find one, usually runs between $80 to $150. It's pretty amazing. This is a pretty expensive cigarette, and it's worth it. Nice, real nice. Awesome. Ooh, yeah. It's doing the same thing. Making my palms sweat. There is nothing like this. You can't buy cigarettes like this in a store. It's a very mild flavored tobacco. These old ones, no, you're not gonna be wanting to cough. This is as smooth and as high quality as tobacco can get. It's quite the experience. Yeah, I am glad I'm sitting back down again. It's just like that other one. It's a hard hitter. May not be as strong as the Chesterfield. No, actually, it probably is. Ooh, yeah. Well, gotta say, I am gonna save this. Just like that other one. It's like a little weird trophy of sorts for me. Not bad. There you go with that. Let's check out those Beachies. Gonna need that after having a cigarette. See how these are looking. Oh, that's got some perfect color to it. Look at those. Fresh as the day they were made. Oh yeah. Perfect. Very nice spearmint flavor. This is better than gum nowadays because they actually used real flavor and sugar. Not a bunch of other weird stuff. Well, you can't expect the can of meat to hold up, but everything else in this thing did. Everything else in this ration held up perfectly. Not bad. And there's nothing like a good smoke and a chocolate chip cookie to give you a taste of home. Kind of a shame they took cigarettes out of military rations. If you didn't smoke, you could trade them for a can of peaches or something, or a pound cake, or a chocolate chip cookie, or a weird jelly bar. This was the food packet individual assault 1A, menu number 8. Anyway, this is Steve 1989 off MREinfo.com. Hope you liked the review, and I'll come back at you with something new. Alright, cool. See ya.